Hi everyone, it's Sunday, April 3rd, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. This past week was fair, but it was also a bit of an experiment in a new location. Those who went said it was really well organized and that people were so happy to be back in face-to-face contact. Now, of course, that said, the absence of Chinese attendees was palpable, and in the end, not a lot of business was concluded, certainly not from the U.S. side. But in the end, it was a good opportunity to explore new buying and selling relationships, so that was a good benefit. Looking at the U.S. Hyde market last week, low interest and scant sales were again the main story. If there were a few more bids, the price levels were lower, and by the end of the week, everything was down. Texas dropped another $1, so 62-64 pound selections sold for $28. Again, lower levels than that were rumored, but nothing was confirmed. In the cow sector, prices also eased by $1 again as well. When it came to the export figures, sales were back down to rather low levels again after last week's bump upward. Combined export sales for the week ending March 24th were 412,200, and that's down 45% from the previous week. Now, on the other hand, combined shipments were good again this week, and the number was nearly the same as last time at 683,100. Slaughter for the week ending Saturday, April 2nd was 3% lower at 639,000, but that's still a pretty healthy number. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo reports that buyers shut down attempts for higher prices and sales were overall done at steady levels. In the UK this week, prices were basically unchanged with the 36 plus ox at £1 10 cents sterling, and that's mainly because of the international situation and the effect of US hide prices on the market. Ireland also had few sales, but prices were steady at €1.05 per kilo. Looking at European bulls, Andrea says that there was some uncertainty, but in the end, the price of southern German bulls is still €1.75 per kilo, no matter what sellers are pushing for. And when it comes to European cows, there was nothing to push prices higher there, and most everything was steady except for some spotty, small discounts. And in the veal and sheep sectors, nothing has changed, so prices are still high and all the upcoming skins are spoken for. In his analysis, Andrea discusses what's going on with buyers and sellers and some of the new pressures building on the seller side of the equation. He also looks at the situation according to each destination. Turning to South America, editor Ronald Guiel says that raw material prices dropped 10 cents this week, and the average price was $3.31 per kilo. So consequently, TR1 also eased a bit to a reference price of 93 cents per square foot. In other news from Brazil, the country is going to produce more than 820 million pairs of footwear in 2022, and small companies there are eligible for a sustainability consultancy, so they can apply for that. From elsewhere in Latin America, in Argentina, 2022 could see the lowest beef availability in history. Chile's manufacturing is down except for leather, and in Guanajuato, the U.S. And Mexican footwear are going to challenge Chinese footwear when it comes to imports. And finally, in Paraguay, the Marfrig refrigerator in Concepcion is going to be operational in 2024 as construction is now about to start. So that is all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.